Spark a conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, education. This is Menage with the Mary Jane Maven. When we on the air, it's always a lituation. Might talk about some litigation, might talk about some immigration, might talk about some politics, but never talking nonsense. Yes, we on in the slide. Watch and listen, it's a vibe. Watch it while you getting high, or you can listen while you drive. Just don't forget to subscribe.
Roll up. Trying to get high.
You know, and things that you've done, you just kind of like went in head first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I like that you said that the first piece that you did, you end up doing resin and all that. And some people be like, resin weed? Like there's a lot of things that people don't know about what goes into creating art.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to go from somebody who didn't have art tools or anything to then being able to creating your first piece and then knowing what you needed to do to create your style.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was a that's super powerful. I'm like, I'm an Aries. I'm really into things like that, but it's super powerful because that was the time that one of those signs that the universe provides to you.
Yeah.
That so much we ignore because of everyday life.
Yeah.
You know, but that was and you definitely keep that story because that is very inspirational because we barely or very rarely do we realize when we have that aha moment.
Yeah. And I would say really it was right before the show that when I had met you. And it was I'd actually gotten fired from my full-time job that I had been at for over a year. Yeah. And so it was a crazy story. This girl who I worked with years ago, she bullied me at this job. She ended up finding me at this job that I had worked at. And she pretended like she didn't know me for the first week that she came. And then she tried to befriend me and I'm so sorry for bullying you. That was not me. So it was just kind of this whole act. And so me being, trying to be like a good empathetic person, I was like, okay, I'm going to give her a second chance because that's kind of my thing in life is I always give people a second chance. It was my mistake. And so she actually had she went to HR and she had lied and said that I was making suicidal comments at work, making her feel uncomfortable. And I had never said, I never said anything. Yeah. But yeah, I ended up getting terminated. And it was actually in that moment that I took the termination really harsh. It affected my mental health so badly. And it was kind of in that moment that I just spur of the moment drew a logo, and it was a logo for a company or it was not even a company, but it was me and my friend, we used to sell weed. So that was kind of our thing was a little logo and stuff like that. But so I ended up just kind of drawing an image for that. And it was really me pouring out all this emotion of being fired and that anger into this piece. And I had looked at that piece when I finished and I said, fuck this. I said, I'm fucking going to be an artist. I said, honestly, thank God I got fired because this is exactly what it took for me to be able to get that passion, that drive to then do this.
Yeah. And to finally go, okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
Right, so I need to do, to do that.
Yeah.
And it's such a good time because, digital artists or now I'm calling, like I said, cannabis artists.
Yeah.
I mean, I have in my Instagram right now 3 different cannabis logo creators that have hit me up. And they're like, you need a logo? And I responded to one, have you looked at my stuff? Does it look like I need one?
Yeah,
I'm kind of good right now. I want to look when I need, but you are a great example of what I like to point out to people and that want to be in the industry. And they're like, but I don't grow because everybody thinks you have to grow. You have to touch the flower.
Yeah, no.
You do not. There's so many services and things that are needed. And art's a part of everything. So, you have the aspect of, and he could tell you this is the way that my mind works. I have 10,000 ideas that I can share with you right now that, services that you can start providing and things that you can start doing with your talent.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I love that you understand that instead of you getting let go, maybe getting unemployment for a little bit, and then after 3 months, getting back out there and, going back to another just over broke, which is what jobs really are.
Exactly.
Just over broke.
Exactly.
There's no passion, there's no career in it. And because you seem like a person, like I said, that is dedicated to creating your own life and to winning by your definition, you probably were a very good employee. And, from your past, like you said, you keep, those that are your friends close to home. So to have this person that had been negative in your life before, but you are trying to change. So then you went ahead and like we all should, you give people a chance, but haters and jealous ass bitches they're not gonna change their stripes,
No.
ended up putting you in a bad situation. But I've done that before. When I worked in corporate world, hubby used to always tell me, like, they're your coworker, not your friend. And I'm like, yeah, but they're my friend.
Same. Yeah. I'm the same mentality. Yeah.
Yeah. So, definitely getting burnt a couple of times
Yeah.
in the past, but I look at it now because it's very funny. I had the same type of situation. So somebody was a good friend. And then when it came down to maybe us getting in some trouble, or I was working at a culinary school, a student did something. I was gone on vacation. That bitch sang and lied, like the HR, and did all the shit. So when
Wow.
I get back from, I think I was in Vegas. A
Mhm.
good friend of mine texted me and was like, "You may want to come in after work. Like, I work till 8 tonight. You may want to come in after and pack up your desk." I was like, "What?" He's like, "I know you well enough, and I'm just letting you know that
Yeah.
this, X and Y and Z happened." So I was hurt. I was hurt, and pretty bitter. And then probably about 10 years later, I'm working at a solar company. So this was one of the last jobs that I worked at. And I walked through the training area, and I will never forget her name. And I see the new training class and all of their name tags. And I immediately I was going pee. And look, when I have to pee, I have to pee. I stopped, turned around, went back to my desk, got my phone, went outside. I go, "Babe, guess who's getting ready to start here on Monday?" And I'm not as well together as I was then. I was a little more petty.
Yeah.
I went and told the training class manager. I went and told all my coworkers. I mean, I just felt like a revenge is a dish that's served
Yeah.
cold. So at that time, my mindset was, well, let me do to her what she did to me.
Yeah.
And when she started, she tried to act like she didn't know me for like a good 2-3 weeks,
Yeah.
and then talked to me randomly at like a company event one day.
Mhm.
And now she's actually a very, very successful business owner of a spirit brand that started here in the City of Trees. And we've come across each other's paths so many times
Oh
since
my
then.
God.
And I just had to like take a step back
Yeah.
and go, I can't allow people to live in my mind rent free.
Yeah.
And she probably don't think about me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
let me go ahead and change my mindset and just take that experience and learn from it
Yeah.
and make it, help me to make me a better person. So I could very much relate when you were telling that.
Oh.
And I could tell also that it was something for you that was a hard thing to deal with.
Yeah.
And affected you. But if you don't mind me asking kind of back, and I know we're at 2 hours, so I'm gonna wrap this
You're
up here.
good.
But
Don't worry.
I mean, God, she's gonna be back on, guys, because she's has a very powerful message. But when you mentioned that you were homeless,
Yeah.
how long was that? And are you still with that same boyfriend?
Yeah. So I am actually staying in his one bedroom apartment.
Okay.
Oh my God, his one bedroom apartment right now. But yeah, I'm kind of like still dealing with it. Yeah. So I would say it's probably going on to like a little over 2 years. For a while, I was just actually, I was staying with random people from work,
Yeah.
awful situations, to trying to stay back with my parents, didn't work out. So it's kind of just, it's really been like from like house to house to house. And
Yeah.
like, I kind of am like living out of a little bag and stuff. So
Bro, I
just,
did the same thing when I got my
yeah,
husband. All my shit was in the trunk of my Cougar, my '88 Cougar.
yeah,
But I will say, I who you're with now, he seems like such a supportive person,
yes,
and he was he was brought to you and brought in your life by the universe to be able
yeah,
to teach you that you are worthy of love
yeah,
and that you are worthy of a better life. And regardless of if not your parents are going to be involved in that, that's
yeah.
going to be for them to have to deal with when,
Hmm.
I hate to be morbid, but on their deathbed or whatever they have
Yeah,
to come to
no,
terms with,
exactly. Yeah.
that's going to be for them. You need to live in the now, in the present,
Hmm.
and take any experience with them as it is. It's
Yeah.
supposed to make you a better person and a stronger person. And we all have doubts. So if there's ever a time that you do have that doubt, and we are our worst critics. And so that inner
Yeah. Oh,
voice and
yeah.
that conversation you have with yourself can be the
Yeah.
most detrimental. Just hear my voice and knowing, I'm a little bit older, a little bit, but just hear my voice and knowing that you do you and do the damn thing. You have a lot to be proud of.
Thank
And
you.
there's always somebody doing worse. And
Yeah.
you're doing better than those people because of your mindset and because you don't go, "Oh, something else bad has happened. Well, I might as well
Yeah.
just, slide deeper into the abyss." You allow each obstacle, like I said, to be a stepping stone, to
Yeah.
be that stepping ladder, that step stool to get you to the next point of where you're supposed to be. Um, I'm super excited to see where you are in a year with your
Yeah.
business, with the opportunities. I mean, being that we're finally getting back to normal and in our
Yeah.
area, there's starting to be more of a focus with having more events and doing more cannabis-based events and things like that. And now
Mhm.
I'm about to show anytime anybody that I talk to anybody that needs a logo or drawing or anything,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be passing them off to you. So,
Thank
I
you.
no, I'm really excited to see your growth. Where you take this. Like I said, I started this industry thinking this is gonna be my thing.
Yeah.
And, now 6 years later, I am more than just a brand educator. I am X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm excited to see where you are, where there's going to be you giving classes, whether it's going to be you actually owning your own, tattoo shop, which I will be right
Yeah.
there. I will leave some real estate for you to, do a
Yes.
nice add on. I mean, and in the process, before you start, they call it like an apprenticeship you kind of do
Yeah.
when you start, you
Mhm.
should really just kind of start drawing the designs for people's
Yeah.
tattoos.
That's what I was
Um,
doing as a kid always, because like I've wanted to be a tattoo artist since I was 10 years old. So I'm like literally all growing up, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be a tattoo. And like I would actually specifically only draw in like just different tattoo styles.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should totally do it. And something I discovered the other day, especially within this, within content creation, if you don't want to be on camera, sometimes a lot of people use, the 3D avatars and things like
Oh
that.
yeah. Mhm.
And so I kind of wanted an anime based one because my youngest one is anime crazy.
Oh yeah.
Um, and I started kind of researching the other day, and there's so many people who just have a Twitter account or an Instagram account, or they're on like Fiverr or something like that, and they you say it, you are it, okay? So
Yeah.
they say that they are a digital, content creator or,
Yeah.
digital artist or whatever it may be. And there's a good amount of people that have had some moderate success.
Yeah.
Some people that I stalked when I was looking it over, they had a traditional 9 to 5 a year ago, and
Yeah.
now all that they do is, commission art pieces. So,
Yeah.
just know that there is a space for you, and
Yeah.
you're meant to carve out your own. But I'm very excited to see, your growth. And if there's anything I can ever do, please don't hesitate to reach out at all.
Thank
Um,
you.
I think that like I said, there's a lot of people out there that will be able to relate to your story um, in so many different aspects. I mean,
Yeah.
your story may mirror exactly theirs, or maybe
Yeah.
there's bits and pieces. What I will say is that you should be very proud of yourself for being able to identify, hard times and things like that, and maybe why your upbringing was a little harder and things like that. But you've also, like I said, been able to find your own version of therapy. It's just now
Yeah.
become a thing for people to look at their mental health.
Yeah.
People go to the
Right.
dentist, people
Yeah.
go get their eyes checked, people go to the
Mhm.
doctor, maybe not as often as they should, but they keep the wellness up about all those other things, but we fail to take care of people that may have, a mental instability or just
Yeah.
not everybody can cope the same way,
Mhm.
So,
Exactly.
um, like I said, and like I said to all the listeners and the viewers, she is going to be without a doubt a a um it's a form of inspiration and motivation and a resource that others can tap into or can relate to be able to get your goals done, to be able to get yourself started on your journey. And when you're on a journey, you always need help. You always need a journey buddy. You always need an
Mhm.
accountability buddy. Um,
Exactly.
and I think this is why social media has, there's definitely some downsides to it, but there are many, many positives as well. I've
Yeah.
met some great people that I've never laid eyes on, and they're a
Mhm.
co-collaborator now, or,
Yeah.
I will consider them more than just a acquaintance because of my career. I consider them friendly.
Yeah.
Um, So while we've had so much, and I know everybody's like, "Are you finally gonna smoke?" I am finishing this. She's just kept me so busy. While we've had so many things.
So knowledge. Fuck knowledge. Roll up. Trying to get high.
Sometimes I wish he was on camera because I can totally feel and see his body, his energy, and the faces that he's making. So anytime that he presses the button, that's exactly how he's feeling. He's looked over his shoulder at me like 7 times.
Could you hear that last clip? I don't know if I played it where you could hear it.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's DMX. If you guys are DMX fans, if you guys know about Belly, one of the favorite things that he says is like, you roll up, I'm trying to get high, or like you taking like we tell people you babysitting that blunt. I can't stand passing.
I love that.
Just people. Oh my god! Or when they like make love to it, I'm like, yeah, all the way down your throat. You can
making out with the blunt. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Oh, R.I.P. to the goat. One of the goats. Yeah, so that's one of my favorite quotes. I like to tell people, hey, roll up, trying to get high. Or that's your man's in them. I get that from my hubby and his frat brothers. But date myself again. Anywho, one last thing, because I am gonna let you go. And then we are definitely gonna be talking about future collaborations and
definitely.
I would love for you to be involved in a couple events that I'm gonna be doing. I think that you would be great at kind of teaching like art class to, to people that want to learn. Like I am very good at drawing stick people, great at it. Now my 11-year-old, he is an artist like crazy. This boy draws anime characters. I mean,
I remember you saying that.
Yeah. What was the movie we watched? Oh, Luca. We had watched Luca.
Yeah.
Love it. And like 2 days later, he brings me a picture, and I was like, where'd you get this drawing of the friend that what was his name? Rico or whatever his name was. But I was like, where'd you get this drawing from? He's all, I drew it. And I said, from scratch? I mean, the character just jumped off the page. Like, I want to be like, are you secretly working with Disney and Pixar? I know it because it was very, very good. But
he's got the talent.
Yeah, and like you said, cannabis and creativity led you to understanding your art. So we'll talk though. I don't like to put all my stuff out there so somebody steals my idea. Banana cream, guys. Finally, I got the spark of salutation going. But last thing here. Thank you. So let's just say I had a magic wand and I was going to grant 3 wishes for you and for your future. What would those 3 be? And the last thing that we do on each episode is we have our guest co-host do a mic drop. Say something, a quote, something that somebody wants to put on a t-shirt, a tidbit that you've learned through your life, whatever it may be. So last 2 things, lady, and I'm going to let you go. So I have my magic wand. I'm like, there you go. 3, or I guess that would be Aladdin. So I'm Aladdin. What are your 3 wishes or your goals?
You're the genie?
I said I'm Aladdin.
Aladdin didn't grant wishes. Right. The genie did.
Aladdin. Just kidding. I did that on purpose to see if he was paying attention. Babe. So yes, what would those be, lady?
I would probably say the first wish would be I would just wish to be successful enough to be able to do what I really want to do as a tattoo artist, because I just want to be able to afford to help people with mental health issues, because I feel like giving a tattoo is such an intimate healing experience that I would want to be able to, if someone's struggling, they can't afford it, hey, come to my shop, you know what I mean? Like, let me give you a tattoo, let's have a session, talk to me, like this is a safe place. So I feel like, definitely like a way to be comfortable enough to have that means to be able to do that.
I like that.
And
I like that. Write your shit down. Make a vision board, girl. You will make it happen. I mean, that's very unique. And if you think about it, though, it is a form of therapy. It definitely can be. Especially if it's a memorial piece, or, my very first tattoo was a heart and a T because I was 17 and very conceited. And then I sang My Name Was Divalicious. I hate it now. And I always wanted to say I'll cover it. I go, but no, my tattoos tell my story. And there's some therapeutic relief and or a good memory tied to each one of them. So that's a good idea, girl. That's a good idea. I may have hubby edit that out because I want anybody else stealing your idea.
Okay.
No, seriously, speak shit into existence. You never know. That's awesome. Okay, so being successful, being able to reach your ultimate
Yeah.
goals. That's number
Yeah.
one. I'll make it easier for you. So let's say business wise, and if I
Okay.
said that I can make something happen for you in the next 6 months to a year, what would you want that to be?
Like just having a stable place for me to be able to produce the artwork, because I'm kind of going just back and forth and like it's pretty hard. So I'd say if I would wish for like a house to have all of the means to do it. Yeah.
I am definitely going to be sending you because I know of a place already that
Okay.
I know that they do not charge, and it's more of a communal thing. So we'll talk about
Okay.
that.
Thank you.
And you're very welcome. Oak Park area is
Mhm.
a really good place to start. A lot of the
Okay.
businesses there, they like to give
Oh.
unknowns and entrepreneurs and things like that. They love to give you your platform.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
so yeah, so definitely look into that area, and then just community, just like community organizations,
Yeah. Okay.
stuff like that. Yeah, in like mid Sac, downtown. But I
Yeah.
just said I wasn't comfortable where we live. I hardly ever say the city we live in, but I just looked it up. So yeah, that is awesome. And then I'll make the last one for you, for your development, for who you are as a woman now and who you want to be. What is the one thing or wish or whatever that you would want to be blessed with?
I feel unlimited therapy sessions would be really cool because then I could heal my PTSD faster. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said before, I think that you would probably be a very easy client for someone.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be able to go in and go, you got your pen ready? You got your pad ready? Let's start with my parents. You know what I'm saying? You're like,
Yeah.
I think you've been able to identify the trauma that's
Yeah.
that's actually right in front of your face. And
Exactly.
maybe they would help you discover residual trauma because our environment, there's that nature versus nurture. But
Mhm.
I could also see you in 5 or 10 years being like, well, I thought I was gonna go ahead and pay somebody $100 an hour, but my art became that for me.
So that's actually what my therapist, because I have a therapist right now and I see him like
good.
once a week. And that's actually what because like, just being the catalyst with my circumstances and stuff. And he says, yeah, he's like, that is going to be your coping mechanism. Like that is you being present in that moment so that you are, healing yourself. And so he even said, he's like, that itself is healing to the inner child and all that trauma and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Yeah, that's very good. So see,
Yeah.
look, I know what I'm talking about. No,
Yeah, you
that's
do.
good.
You do.
No, I think that's very good. And I want to say you, once again, an inspiration, a motivation, an example. I think that your generation and age group, mine, like I said, I'm just a couple years older than you, but mine, we're on the cusp. We had Nintendos, and then all of a sudden we had computers.
Yeah.
We had Zach Morris, big, thick phones. And maybe if you had a cell phone, like it was prepaid to all of us are able to use our phones, little computers now, so
Yeah.
we are on the cusp where we can understand both. So we grew up during the generation that you did not go to a psychiatrist or counselor.
Yeah.
You did not do that. And especially in ethnic background, you don't do that. You pray about it, you talk to your auntie, or you know what I'm saying? You do all these other things, which, centuries and centuries ago, you did do things within your community. Things are different now. So
Yeah.
I have to say that, although there are some things we can say that you guys, some of you may not know how to communicate or, do anything other than texting or, there's some downsides that we can be old fuddy-duddies and sound like we can say that what's wrong. But I think that a lot of the strengths that your generation shows and just, people that are okay with being themselves now, it's okay to admit that I do get help.
Yeah,
Or that you speak with
exactly.
somebody. So that is something also that you should be very proud of and know
Yeah.
that, from this episode, there may be somebody that goes and follows you on Instagram and they may not comment, they may not come to an event and purchase anything,
Yeah.
but you're changing their lives when they go through, your
That's true.
Instagram feeds or whichever may be, and having events, and being a guest co-host and telling your story like this.
Yeah.
It you're gonna touch so many lives, not just locally, but all across the planet, the universe. So I love those three. I love those three, and I love that you actually thought about it. And like I kind of stumped you for a second because
Yeah,
when you
you
do that,
did.
no, that means that you know that you are deserving of these things that you would wish for, that you would see for
Yeah.
yourself. Well, finally, last thing, I hear your baby in the back. I hear your baby.
Yeah, she's like going crazy.
Tell her to
She's
let
like,
you
where are
go.
you?
Yes. So last thing, what would be your mic drop? What would be your Kanye West moment? Like you say some shit and then you're like, boom, talk about it. What would that be?
I would just say make the most of what you got because you only get one life.
Hey, there you go. It's true until you're reincarnated.
Yeah, but we only get one life on Earth here. So.
Yes. On this Earth, I
on
like
this
to
Earth,
believe that I just found out today that there are 300 and something exoplanets.
Yeah.
And I truly believe in other life forms. So
Oh yeah,
I was
me
like,
too.
holy shit, there's 300 other possible ways of living. And we think we are the center of the fucking universe. Like there's shit that we don't even know about. So, but yeah, so I want to thank you so much, guys. I could definitely talk about some other things and, be another hour.
Right.
But I think that you guys will get the message that I was hoping that you would get from having her as a guest host. And I mean, when we met, we spoke maybe 20 minutes and kind of on and off because, we were both working the event.
Yeah.
But I walked away and I know I came home and I told hubby and I was like, I met someone and like she could be my little sis. I was like, I just felt, I just felt that. And are you an Aries? Is that what
I am? Yeah, that's what I was like.
That's,
we vibed on the Aries.
Yes, that's what it was too. See, I love it. Oh, and before I forget, my friend that came that day and she made a purchase.
Yeah.
She just got back from a cruise, like 4 hours ago. But she was gonna come over so that she could say hi and see how you're doing. But she did say hello and she spoke so highly of you as well. Like, she, and this was even before she knew that you were gonna be a guest. And when I told her you're gonna be a guest, she was like, oh my God, what day? Now, initially we were supposed to do this a couple days ago, but she was in, the ocean. So she was like, I'm not gonna make it. But she'll be very happy to hear that you're doing well. And we'll have to get together.
Definitely.
She can't really smoke, so it'll be just you and I. She starts to hit it too much and she starts having different accents.
I love that. See, we could go with that.
Oh yeah, she does all the time. Like she'll be from New York. Or it's so funny.
I
She
love
just slips
that.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, guys, I want to thank you so much. And once again, I am so grateful. And I mean, words can't express how thankful I am to have you on. And even more so at your transparency and sharing your story. And like I said, I know I'm not the end all be all, but I think you're a very, very powerful woman. And you are an example of why we are strong and why we keep overcoming. And I mean, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people go, they're 36, they're total fuck ups. And they're like, well, I grew up. Shut up. Was that yesterday? Like, how have you lived from 18 to now?
Yeah.
You can't live your life like that, that girl that lied on you and hated on you, she's stuck in whatever stage of her adolescence or upbringing that she was in all those years ago. So take solace in that, or take comfort in knowing she may see this interview and she may hit you. She probably is one of those creepers on your Instagram.
Oh yeah, no, she is. I know she is.
She totally created a Finsta just so she could follow you. So yes. So once again, guys, you know how I do this episode itself, because I am now on 2 hours and 23 minutes minus a little bit. The hubby will probably break this up, so you guys will be seeing this in the next couple weeks. I'll make sure I'll make the announcement. I will send you the graphic that I created for the marketing just to get your approval on it as well. And guys, I do have a not only new website, but my pod page, which is something that I use for my podcasting. One of them, as well as my website, it gives me the option to create web pages for each individual guest. So I will be creating that for our guest co-hosts. So, maybe they want to share their story or do a blog, or, maybe there's some questions that you want to go ahead and ask her and have me have her back on and we can address those. Just know that that's coming. And you'll have the access to her. Other than that, if you guys forget everything, if you haven't been looking at if you're not visually watching this, or you don't go and follow me or do your due diligence to find out her contact information, hit me up. I will connect you to. I may be a little bit of a bodyguard because now I feel like my girl. It's my girl.
Right?
No, Aries are like that. Once we do fight somebody, we are loyal as fuck, and I will fight you. fight you. Okay. If I will fight you over almost Eminem, who kind of know, I will, and somebody that I physically have talked to, then you should know. Don't play. So once again, I want to thank you so much for your time. It has been awesome. I am excited for people to, to hear about or to listen to this episode, to view it. And I'm excited to see your, your influence grow. I think that you have a lot of awesome things in store for you, and you should be super, like I said, proud of yourself.
Thank you.
So you're very welcome. So the hubby, I know he has homework to do. He's tired. He's like, stop talking. Thank you so much once again, my awesome hubby. I'll make it up to you.
I love you too.
And you guys, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I will make sure that I leave and I get your YouTube channel so that I can share that. And you guys want to please run up her numbers and subscribe as well. And we'll definitely be talking. So look out for her once again. But in all the ways to say thank you. What is it? Denata? And I think that's the only way that I know how to say it other than English. But once again, thank you so much. It's your girl, the Mary J. Maven. Educate, eradicate, elevate. Love you guys. Talk to you next time.
Welcome to Menage with the Mary J. Maven podcast with your host, the Mary J. Maven. I am the producer, the hubby. Follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Show us some love and click that subscribe button now. Don't forget to click the bell so you get notifications and click the like button on the videos.
And now, your host.